Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Unit 8, Kartosuryos Kadisma. Weber, 1967 to 80, argued that the charismatic leader has emerged in the two figures of the magician and the prophet on the one hand, and in the elected warlord, the gang leader on the other. According to Weber, power is legitimized by reference to custom and tradition, or the charismatic claim of a personal leader, or to a legal rational procedure of political administration. This notion is often regarded as Weber's most important contribution to political sociology. Weber made a distinction between power in general and the more specific notion of domination. There are two resources There are two sources of domination. The first arises from monopolistic control of economic resources in the marketplace. Economic domination does not require normative compliance and gives rise to what Marx referred to as the dual compulsion, the economic arrangement. The second source of domination arises from the monopolistic control over administrative office, and in Weber's view, this ownership of the means of administration requires legitimating and compliance. Unlike power as such, administrative domination depends on the obedience to command. It is sociology of commands that procedures produce the threefold distinction between traditional, charismatic, and rational modes of legitimating. In defining these three bases, Weber remained fairly close to his ideas on individual action, but he rapidly moved to the other large-scale structure of authority. Authority legitimate on rational grounds rests on a belief in the legality of enacted rules and the right of those elevated to authority under such rules to issue commands. Weber, 1968 to 25. Authority legitimized on traditional grounds is based on an established belief in the sanctity of immemorial tradition and the legitimacy of those exercising authority under them. Weber, 1968 to 215. And finally, authority legitimized by charisma rests on the devotion of followers to the exceptional sanctity, heroism, and or exemplary character of leader as well as on the normative order sanctioned by them. All those modes of legitimizing authority clearly imply individual actors to process belief and action. Kartosuwiryo's charismatic behavior and his uncompromising advocacy of Islamic ideals seem to have fit comfortably with the present age-old messianic hopes such as those evoked by the Joyoboyo prophecies. Dam, 1971 to 42. Those of his closest followers report that Kartosuwiryo had propagated the belief that he had received an order from God to become the Imam of the world Caliphate. Bernardi, 1964 to 41. Indeed, from the time of establishment of the Sufah until execution, he was always addressed by his followers as Imam rather than Kiai. Imam refers to both the head of Islamic State and the prayer leader of the mosque. By contrast, the Kiai and Ulama refers to religious priests and teacher. See Pinardi 1964 to 41. The term of Imam as addressed by the follower of Kartosuwiryo's on him derived from the Holy Quran, as expressed in many verses, which among them says, "And those who pray, Our Lord, grant unto us a wife as an offspring who will be the comfort of our eyes, and give us the grace to lead the righteous Imam." Al-Furqan, chapter number 25, verse number 74. Source on Tajul Arifin, The Islamic Movement in West Java, 1948 to 62, A Political Sociology Analysis, Al-Syariah, 2001. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.